Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. So for this week's video, as you guys can see by the title, I wanted to talk to you guys about the question that's in the title, and that is, are you pretty enough? Now, I think that a lot of the time we ask ourselves this question when we get into situations where we're either going to see somebody or we just have those weird insecurities inside of us where we're not sure if we're actually good looking enough to be around certain people or to be doing a certain thing. And it's really easy for people to say, well, that's a ridiculous thing to say, are you pretty enough? Of course you're good looking. Of course you're pretty enough for that person. There's so many easy answers when somebody else is answering that question for you. I just thought that I would break down this entire situation and help you guys out because I've seen it in the comments of my videos before. I think there's a lot of things that we're forgetting when we do ask ourselves questions like that. So if this video does help you out, make sure to give it a thumbs up. But with that being said, here's the first thing that I think will be able to help you out. What does it mean to be beautiful? What does it mean to be pretty? What does it mean to be perfect? The media is that person who is changing society in order for us to think that something is normal. The other day I was walking through a bookstore and I walked past all of the magazines, and going through high school I was always told all the magazines are photoshopped. Everybody in those magazines is not real. They all have things slapped on them and taken off. It's crazy to think that when I see comments on my videos saying I'm ugly, whatever, those comments are being based off of what society is telling us, based off of those magazines, but we can't realistically become that if it's not real. When you think of something that's beautiful, what do you think of? For me, being beautiful is a lot more than the way that somebody looks. When you look at somebody, you can say, wow, that person is beautiful. Their entire body looks exactly like what I would want. That's only the tiniest little piece of what I think being beautiful actually means. Being beautiful is you're honest, you're a good friend, you're able to have relationships, you love people, you're active, you're happy, you're smiling all the time, you're able to overcome situations by not hurting people, all these different things that are so much more than just the way that somebody looks. So I think that we just need to ask ourselves what we actually mean and what we are comparing ourselves to when we ask ourselves, am I pretty enough? If we're trying to live up to something that's not real, that's not gonna happen. We're always gonna feel bad about ourselves. And I read a really interesting quote by this lady named Madison Saunier. She said, you can't hate yourself into loving yourself. So basically, if you hate yourself, and you just keep hating yourself, you're not gonna hate yourself and then eventually one day just love yourself. You need to work towards loving yourself. And I think that working towards it means that you're changing the things that you don't like in your life. Let's say you don't like how your arms look. You don't like that you don't have any friends. You work on that so that you like yourself. And then liking yourself turns into you loving yourself, which turns into you not having to ask that question, am I pretty enough, because you feel good about yourself and it doesn't matter what other people think. So I think that the first place that we need to start is by redefining what we think is beautiful. Because if we redefine that, then we're working towards something that we've come up with, not something that somebody else is telling us we have to look like, but now we are redefining perfect because that's what we want to be, not because somebody else wants us to be like that. If we want something, we can work towards it to get that so that we're happy with ourselves. And realize that there is more good about you than there is bad. Basically, in this video, I wanted to talk about what it means to be beautiful, what it means to actually have real beauty, and whether or not beauty to you is something that is just the way somebody looks, or if it's the entire package of a person. As people, we are all different, we are all unique, we are all special, and we forget to think about all that stuff when we're too busy thinking about the things that we don't like. Another thing is we give power to our thoughts, and so if you're always thinking about all of the bad things, that is you giving the power to your bad thoughts to make you feel unhappy. So if you start giving the power to the good thoughts and all the good things that are going on in your life, and you start using some of that energy in order to take away the negative things and to change things, that's gonna help you out a lot more than thinking about all the things that are negative. It really comes down to us, us changing the things that we think and focusing our energy on something else other than being negative. So I just wanted to make this short video because I saw some of the comments in some other videos, and I just wanted to explain what I think about all this stuff. So if you guys like this week's video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below telling me about something that you like about yourself. Also, if you guys haven't checked out my vlog channel yet, I am vlogging every single day. I just got back from LA. I went on a road trip down there and some of the stuff was so fun to do. So go and check it out. Tessa and I are going away on a really long trip coming up. So you guys aren't gonna wanna miss out on that. It's gonna be super fun and the footage is gonna be crazy. So if you guys wanna see that, make sure that you go subscribe to that channel. And yeah, I hope that you guys like this week's video, and I love you guys, and I'll see you next Saturday in next week's video. Bye!